That is the way to plan a military campaign. French President Emmanuel Macron, Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and newly appointed German Chancellor Friedrich Merz have been caught on camera with an alleged serviette on a train out of Kiev after meeting with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. Now, don't be fooled by the misinformation you'll find online, which is claiming that this serviette was, in fact, an illicit white powder popular amongst rich and powerful people and known to be a fun pastime of Ukraine's President Zelensky. No, don't be fooled. I assure you that that is just misinformation. And I know it's misinformation because the media told me so. Don't believe your lying eyes when I show you the video, which I will in just a moment. No, ignore what you see and believe only what I tell you. The President of France, the Prime Minister of England, and the Chancellor of Germany are not crackheads. And don't believe any videos you see which might indicate otherwise, because that is all misinformation, you see. It is a misunderstanding. A fact checker, and we know we can trust the fact checkers just like we can trust the experts, has determined that the object on the table was not what it looked like on the cameras. It was not a tiny bag of powder and a tiny little nose spoon. Not at all. It was a rolled up serviette and a weirdly lopsided drink stirrer. If you haven't seen the footage, I've got it for you. It was published by the AFP news agency and is 100% real. We know that it's real, not only because of who published it, but also because there's multiple different angles of it. So AI is out of the question. The only question is, what were the objects on the table? France, England, and Germany all imprison people for smuggling white powder. But it would appear that they're all run by people who, well, according to these wild misinformation peddling conspiracy theorists, appear to be using that white powder stuff. My name's Topher Field. This is the Topher Project, and I help busy people like you to keep up with the world as it changes around us. And whoo boy, this should have been a career ender for all three of these men caught red-handed with the nose beers, but it probably won't be. Because if global elites didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards at all. And right on cue, the media have come galloping in like the cavalry to save them from the consequences of their own actions. First, here's the video.
It's a long walk. I'll be back in Poland.
It's through my bathroom, huh?
Yeah. It's literally. We came through Germany, and then we made it to France.
Bedroom.
Oh, very friendly.
We got through the border.
Right.
Make a photo, and after that you will be allowed to have a drink.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
On va bien.
Ok, c'est bon. Merci.
Merci bien.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's three global leaders acting like schoolboys with a serviette being scooped up by Macron and the drink-stirring spoon being scooped up by Merz before an awkward silence. Let's watch it again.
It's a long walk. I'll be back in Poland.
Nice banter. They enter. They're having a good time.
It's literally.
They're getting settled.
We came through Germany.
They're having a really good time.
We got
Just
through the
saying.
border.
Right.
Make a photo, and after that you will be allowed to have a drink.
Yeah.
The cameras start shuddering, and all of a sudden, oops, there goes the spoon and the serviette. And yeah, sure, they're posing for the cameras, but look at the grin on Macron's face as he clumsily tries to move this serviette out of view. From his hands and into his pockets, without the cameras seeing it again. Yeah, that really looks like the behaviour of a man who just got caught with a serviette. Chancellor Merz, for his part, does exactly what any of us would do when presented with a dirty, used drink stirrer, and immediately scoops it up into his hands, holding it with both hands in such a way as if he intended to ensure that it couldn't be seen by the cameras again. Are these the actions of world leaders doing a photo opportunity and simply cleaning up the set around them? Putting used serviettes in their pockets and drink stirrers in their hands? Show me one other time when they've bothered to do that. Just one. Once again, we see the truth of the maxim that it's not the crime that gets you, it's the cover-up. If they'd actually just left those things alone, sitting on the table in plain view, then the claim that these are serviettes and drink stirrers would have far more credibility. But as it is, with them grinning like schoolboys whilst spiriting them away out of sight, as Joe Biden would say,
come on, man. What are we talking about? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
That's probably enough of that. You remember the white powder that they found at the White House? It wasn't from a white Christmas, I can tell you that. And isn't it weird how they just gave up on ever figuring out who it belonged to, right? Like, meh, there's so many world leaders coming through here all the time, you just never know which one of them could have dropped it. I mean, it could have been that guy that used to run Ukraine. No, not him. Yeah, that guy. But who cares, right? I mean, if you're one of the little people and you get caught with a serviette, you'll do hard time, but that's just for the little people. The elites? Oh, well, they're much too high for that. And I mean, really high for that. As I've mentioned before on this channel, one of the working definitions of tyranny is when the government doesn't have to follow the laws that it enforces on everybody else. But of course, there's no form of tyranny at work here. No, not even a petty tyranny on display here. You needn't even think about that. In fact, I'm sorry I brought it up. I shouldn't. I'm sorry. Another warning sign of tyranny is when the media stop speaking truth to power and start doing PR work for those in power. But again, that's not relevant here. What's actually happening here is that the media have done a wonderful job of keeping us informed about the truth behind these wild theories. And in an altruistic act of public service, in fact, the French media have debunked the theories about the French president. And even here in Australia, News Corp are reassuring us that these wild claims have been shut down by French media. And so we can all sleep easy, safe in the knowledge that we don't live in the kind of world where global elites can break the very same rules that they violently enforce onto the rest of us. And we don't live in a world where the media would lie to our faces to cover up government crimes and turn themselves into little more than PR mouthpieces for the rich and powerful. We don't live in a world where any of those things would happen. Phew, I'm so glad we took the time to get rid of that idea. So in conclusion, there's no need to share this video because actually there's nothing to see. Nothing happened. And we know that nothing happened because the media have told us that nothing at all has happened. My name's Topher Field. This is the Topher Project, and I help busy people like you to keep up with the world as it changes around you. I am 100% viewer supported for reasonably obvious reasons. I doubt that there is an advertiser or sponsor in the world that would be willing to touch someone as spicy as what I can be when I'm in the mood. So I depend on you guys to head across to Good People Break Bad Laws and check out my best-selling books. There's Good People Break Bad Laws, which is about civil disobedience in the modern age. Good Christians Break Bad Laws, which is about the theology of civil disobedience. There's also the DVD of my multi-award-winning, internationally acclaimed documentary Battleground Melbourne, which is all about the city of Melbourne, as it went from being the world's most livable city to the world's most locked down city during the COVID madness. And it follows the story of the protesters, myself included, but many other amazing people as well, as we stood up against our government as it became, quite frankly, evil during that time. And of course, I have t-shirts, I have hoodies like this one. Don't make me repeat myself. It's a quote from history. It's a little gag. I happen to think it's funny. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks it's funny, but maybe you do too. And if you do, head over to goodpeoplebreakbadlaws.com so that you can get it in a t-shirt or in a hoodie, in white or in black. And of course, check out all of my other designs while you're there as well. And by buying my merch, my books, my DVDs, not only will you be getting thought-provoking books and DVDs and merch, but you'll be helping me to keep making these, hopefully, thought-provoking videos. Thank you so much for watching to the end. The algorithm loves you, and so do I. Please like, subscribe, and please do share it. I know I said you don't have to share it, but you get what I mean. Please share it. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay free.